like it gives Fly one of the best opportunities overall to just kind of be successful. Meanwhile, though, when you compare him over to Shiro, I feel like Shiro is one of those guys who's really strong at the moment. So I do kind of believe that the benefit is there for Tidebound. If I'm going 1-for-1, Jakiro is a lane abuser. Planet, we'll see if he can be the playmaker that we know him to be. The one thing that I'm a little worried about is this Sand King. Echoes is always one of those guys who's very hit or miss, and when you're going up against Emo, you really can't falter.
Yeah, you can't allow yourself to miss too much, for sure. You are playing, like you said, into Emo Storm. Sand King perhaps is both heroes are kind of the same greed amount, I guess. Maybe Sand King a little bit more. The combos on both sides are pretty good. This is why I was calling it like a 50-50. On one side, you have the DK Storm to jump in to play around Sky, but on the other side, of course, you have the Hoodwink to play around as well. Like some Burrow Strike into Bushwhack into Sharpshooter. Like you have so much burst damage potential. BKB is of course necessary on both sides eventually. Like just way too much magic damage and control coming through. So.
Mambo.
White flag. That's it.
Mambo.
Enjoy Dota. Enjoy. I do like these new. I don't know why they use the spray sound effect though.
Because they're spraying.
Well, oh, okay. So there is a spray on the ground, but it sounds like it sprays whenever you use it in the chat. But I guess, oh my god, they all changed. They all. Okay, I didn't know how. I thought this was just an in-chat thing, not a both chat and on the ground thing. I haven't used them yet.
Yeah, I don't have any, I think. Do you have to buy the thing to have them? Or
I bought the Expedition pack. It's kind of worth it. It's
how much is it?
15.
15?
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff from it.
I'm not going to say anything. I mean, I want to get hired for the next events as well.
well, I mean, with how much Dota you're playing, I think the value's there. Truthfully.
I played the same Dota with or without planting stickers on the ground, though, right?
But there's the sets are really cool, and you can unlock them easier with the Expedition pack. I am not getting paid sponsor for this advertisement of the Expedition pack, but I do think it is.
I like the big boars on Beast. Like that's
yeah,
one
they're
thing
cool. I like those. I actually really like those.
Not
that I'm a Beastmaster player, but they're cool.
The Beast set makes him look like a Huskar or a troll or something, though.
Yeah, it does a little bit. I agree with that. So we'll take a look at this mid lane. How Echoes is gonna do, and how Emo is gonna do. As I'm looking over now at Jakiro, he did go Twin Terror, which is good. If you want to be lane abusing, goes into that first level of the Liquid Fire and Frost.
Yeah, you get the double hit versus zero armor hero as well, so
yeah.
That's not too bad versus Skyrat.
TA's Courier. He's gonna die.
He already got the item, right? Like he hit the wand.
Yeah, you've got already this wand, or the stick for Y and the wand for Shiro. That double jump is going to give you 2 charges, and all the spells that Bobica's spamming are going to give you more. What's the game plan here for Sand King as he continues to just get denied by Emo?
Yeah, just a classic Malrine Sand King mid lane gameplay, I think. Farm mid, get some stacks in the jungle, farm the jungle, the Octagon that is, farm the Ancients and the Art Camp, get yourself like a Blink Axe, I'd assume, like, as every single game. I'm expecting nothing different, really. Sandblast is the facet as well, so more or less what you expect from him, and then you play around the arena. Like, you don't have to play only around the arena, but that's probably the easiest way to play the game.
All these sprays just immediately come out. They don't get sprayed when you're doing into the pause. Once the unpause finally goes, they finally get sprayed out there. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I love how much they spam. Like,
the lane gets littered.
Yeah.
I wonder where First Blood's gonna come from. I'm assuming it's gotta be like top, right?
There's some kill potential on top, but like Ench and DK are very defensive. Very difficult to take down as well, even when you get like level 2. Maybe an Ench, but she's got overprotected wisps. I would maybe save in bottom. I'm not sure. It can happen top, but bottom maybe has a bit more of firepower between the three heroes, like Jakiro, Sky, and Pango. They're all in damage, right? Meanwhile, TA a bit more refraction based, like she can tank a bit more. I expected bottom, but it could happen top as well, for sure. Kind of difficult to predict.
Decent damage on Azil, but not gonna get that kill. Mid lane is all emo at the moment. He is dominating the matchup.
22 last hit Storm into a melee hero, even though it's Sand King with Sandstorm. Just buy a sentry and yourself feel very comfortable against them.
Just take some damage there. Can't currently step into the Sandstorm, but bottom lane is another attempt here on Azil for a moment. He's got Shield Crash and Swashbuckle with 16 charges on this wand, almost kind of baiting them in. Jakiro's, sometimes you get that dual breath and you hit the liquid fire and you see them start to get low and you're like, all right, this is my moment, I can go in.
Sky? He could be dead here.
However,
He's
doesn't
fire,
have
though.
a wand, and he does have that fairy fire.
Mm-hmm.
Jakiro, if he could just get a liquid frost off or a liquid fire, he might have been able to get that kill. Zio again just gonna get hit up as he's got 18 charges.
Dude, the spam is real. But I love it. I love the voice line spam.
I don't know if it's Membo or Mango, but it sounds like Mango.
Mambo, I'm willing to go with one or the other.
I'm
21
gonna
charges
Mango,
on
that sounds
Zio.
nice. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna kill him when he's got the wand charges, but he's just used them, so now he's very vulnerable.
5 minutes in, nothing happening. Release the
Just 2012
Chinese
China.
Dota, strike again, yeah, meme.
There's a DK in the game. I mean, there hasn't been First Blood yet. This is old school China right now.
Throwback, right here. Sand King did steal. I didn't see it was stacked a lot, but he did steal some creeps from the dire side.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Gets that courier to come over, so now Jakiro's picked up the infused raindrop. Still doesn't have that wand though. Yeah, this is quite the long endeavor waiting for First Blood.
Radiant's bottom
See what goes down. Maybe it's time for them to get the kill here on a TMing, but he's got the overprotective wisp. The chase was on, and he is way too tanky to end up dead.
Yeah, he invaded this Decagon, but he doesn't
It's bigger and
die.
bigger.
Every game.
And now they've got the enchant that was on Aggo's Ball Lightning Vortex. Aggo's has Epicenter here ready, but the concussive shot, the blood grenade, and the arcane bolt. Bobica gets First Blood, beating out the Epicenter.
The arcane rune as well kind of baited him in, right? Like he gets that, he thinks maybe I can use the epicenter, maybe have some mana after, but not enough. Good rotation by the Skyrat. Like maybe a little bit. Of course, they didn't detect it. Of course, it caught them off guard, so that's what makes it good. Basically, is what I'm saying. Unexpected.
Finally, a First Blood. But what kind of comes next? Like these teams
Bot
seem
lane?
very content.
Yeah, minute 7 comes next, I believe, after minute 6, and that's the Wisdom Shrine.
Shiro losing his courier, but stealing the shrine. Stealing it for himself too. Kinda gets the other one.
Zeal, and a kill.
Ooh, all right. Echoes comes in and gets something on the board for them. That's kind of big.
It's big,
Movements there, get the experience. The supports get a lot of experience. Innocence is level 5. And the Hoodwink of Planet. He's only level 4, but he's getting mid right now, and so is TMA. So there's farm to get.
Taking the 2 Wisdom Shines is probably bigger than everything that has happened in the game so far. Like, the Sand King kill was big, but getting the double Wisdom, very important, of course, for Radiant, snatching that early exp, especially when you're playing versus like a Skyrat, who really, once you get 6 on this hero, if you get it fast enough, you can take down anyone on the map. So delaying that is not bad at all.
TMing gonna die to Echoes as they go for Zeal. He does not have level 6 yet. Swashbuckle to get some distance. Another trap down, but they'll get the tier 1 tower.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Take this tower away, and all of a sudden, Zeal doesn't really have a place to farm. He's not too far away from level 6. But it's an open lane for Shiro, and he's starting to take over on the net worth.
He's taking over, but if you look at the Dragon Knight, he's literally doing the same thing. And Pango has even more net worth than the Mars, who we didn't really talk about all too much, because top lane was kind of, you know, resident sleeper lane, boring lane. It's Dragon Knight into Mars, like, what's gonna happen? Both of them have like 50,000 HP. There are no kills.
Oh, he got that CS. Oh my god, this top lane's out of control.
He landed the spear. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, basically what we were seeing a lot of. Blink Dagger, by the way, is going to be first for Sand King. Meanwhile, we take a look. Planet's still going for that level 6. I haven't even looked yet, but it's Bloodsport here for Mars, not Victory Feast.
Interesting. Like, nothing to... There are no, like, oracles, shadow demons, or anything like that. To make the Bloodsport super value, but it's always good. Like, it's always nice to restrict that vision in the arena.
Good to restrict it. Maybe stops you from being able to support somewhere. Shiro going for the Desolator, and that's what he really would have loved to get his hands on. He's almost got that first Mithril Hammer for that. Go look for these runes, and ball lightning in. Vortex and the silences. Obica with that level 1 of the Ancient Seal, but the Burrow Strike comes through. They're looking for the Sharpshooter, zigzagging away, and it lands. So he's broken, and he should be dead.
He didn't have ult anyway, by the way, so the break, he was zigzagging super hard. It didn't really matter too much. Like, he had the wisp. It's of course the damage is what matters.
There's the arena down, and they will try to control Fly here as they've slowed him up. They spear him back towards their tower, but away from the team. A little bit dangerous. Another Ancient Steel, and the damage now onto Niu, but he's still alive. He's trying to stay completely alive, but Bobica gets that kill, and they take away the life of the Mars.
The idea was to push in while they smoke and rotate top. Unfortunately, he pushed in a little bit too quickly, so he gets caught, and by the time Storm and Sky are there, it doesn't really work. Because that's the 101 play when you have with Dragon Knight, right? Like every single game around the 10-minute mark.
Get caught. That should be an easy one.
Mando.
Planet's starting to kind of come online here. He's feeling himself with the Sharpshooter.
I'm going for a Vessel. Gonna be nice versus Gench, versus the DK as well. Hoodwink is one of those supports that mid lane. Storm. Oh, misses the Bushwhack. Oh, he didn't have mana. What's the mana?
Now he's got it, actually, and he's got 15 charges on this wand.
He could have used it. He could have used it, and then Bushwhack didn't. Bot lane.
Got another kill on Mars, slowing his game down. He's bottom of the cores by a lot. Planet caught, concussive shot, pops that wand. Oh, they didn't get the Pearl Strike because he got the Ancient Steel off, but now Sharpshooter thrown over on a Bobica. They'll get the kill there. They don't get the Storm, though.
He gets the region as well on Sand King. Like, he maybe died early, but he's having a really good game now. Top of the network together with the TA. getting all the runes as well. This kind of a matchup, by the way, like Sand King Storm, Ember Storm, like, it can be decided by who gets more runes, like literally.
Yeah.
If you get more runes, like you can rotate more, you can stay on the map.
Definitely agree with that. And they're putting the pressure on with Jakiro. Jakiro, one of those heroes that, like, kind of falls off, right? Right now he's 204. He's not taking anything in the ice path. Something that I'd get pinged on 1,000 times if I was in my pubs. But they've got enough lockdown, truthfully, without the ice path. They don't need it to be picked up by this Jakiro. They've got Bushwhack, they've got Spear, they have Burrow Strike. They have everything necessary.
I'm sorry, he managed to... I mean, he did stack it, but he used dual breath on creeps, and he somehow managed to miss 2 out of 3 creeps with dual breath, connecting only on 1. Speaking of Jakiro. But yeah, like you said, he brings a lot of damage. The control is nice with Ice Path. It's gonna come eventually, like he will have those levels. But this hero...
currently is just 4 staff. He's 0-0-3, hasn't died yet. There's the Desolator, too, for the TA.
It's like, if you have a hero that can be really strong early with damage, why ruin that by getting Ice Path?
Bushwhack and the Sharpshooter. Planet now on a killing spree. My question is, what's Planet going to build? Is he going to go something greedy
It's a shard.
after this Vessel? You know, yeah, obviously, you get Shard, you get 100 Boomerang. He's got Glimmer queued up, hoping that he can maybe get the Shard from Tormentor in a little while, but now ends up dead. Emo gets that kill and takes him out. Haste bottled up. Burrow Strike did miss, though.
He gets the haste, that's what matters. Yeah, it's probably going to be Boomerang, and I can answer that question because I see what he's queuing up. He's queuing up a Glimmer. Of course, in this game, Glimmer pretty good. You are playing into a Sky, into a Storm, forcing the dust perhaps on a Storm as well.
14 minutes, and that is another shrine for Shiro. So he himself has taken 2 shrines. He's almost level 12.
Yeah, not too far away from the DK, of course. Like, he's like half of a level ahead.
They want this Yules on Mars. He is just super underfarmed. Although catching up to the Storm now. Not having the worst game, considering he was about 2k behind these cores.
Sky, if he's in vision, he's dead. But he's in vision.
Yep, Burrow Strike and Bushwhack connects. You
would
get
say-
that kill, which is big for them.
Yeah, because he has this Yules now. And this hero, honestly, just by having the Yules, is completely activated. Sure, you'd like a Blink, sure, you'd like a BKB eventually, but just getting the Yules early on is enough. It sets up for the Storm pickoffs, it sets up for anything, like you've got Yules as well defensively for yourself. It's enough, is all I'm saying.
Got Mars coming through the Twin Gate. MOUZ will potentially spot this movement. Not quite showing the lane, and Jakiro, all this is going on, he's just taking over, looking for some farm. Ooh, Ball Lightning into the Ice Path, but they've got the Ancient Steel. With the Rolling Thunder, Echo's gonna die. What else can you catch in this? Not looking like anybody, and it ends up being a trade of support for the mid. Very beneficial here for the side of Yakult.
Enchantress, right? Like, she's the one hero that always baits you into bad engagements. Like, whenever you are jumping an Enchantress, you feel bad. Skyrat? Oh, the push to the low now.
Oh, whoa. Silence, Ancient Steel again, Mystic Flare with the Vortex. That's the combo. And looking even further for Planet, potentially. They're bringing all these heroes over. Bushwhack comes out, outlands on a Zeal, and they'll just let him leave. But here comes Tia Ming. Bottom lane, they've got this Silence. It's onto the Templar Assassin. There's a fight happening over mid, but you lost Shiro. That's not worth it for the Enchantress again.
Whenever you go on an Ench, it feels bad. I gotta say it again. They get the Ench, but they lose the TA. It takes way too much effort and way too much time to kill this position 5 this early on in the game, especially with the build that he's got with like 0 points in impetus, which is more or less almost always the case right now, which makes me kind of sad. I like my right-click hench, but what can you do?
What's your right-click hench build?
I mean, just I'm talking about the skill build, going for
Oh, impetus, yeah. Not
going
just...
for impetus, yeah, not just maxing out attendance with this facet, instead getting the soul pound, I believe facet is the name.
Yeah.
Having some extra range. Like, she works both ways. It's just that this way is way more valuable in competitive at the moment. In pubs, I think you can still get away with not maxing out the heal.
They have this smoke. Try and wrap all the way out and around to look for something. Might be the hoodwink planet into the trees. He's gonna break this smoke and die. Never stood a chance.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom
Quite
The
a few
game
ways.
pretty even.
Yeah, pretty much like kills happening on both sides. Supports dying on both sides. Very simple for both teams to get these pick-offs.
Radiant are scanning.
Echoes is closing in on this Ags, and TA wants this Lance BKB. I maybe feel like they're a little bit surprisingly not grouping up and going for something. But as I say that, they've got the TPs over mid. They want this Ags, but TA, you'd like to put some Deso charges on there.
Maybe they can force a rush fight after they get these few items. Like the lens on TA, like you mentioned, will coincide with the timing of enemies on Sand King, and I believe Mars is very close to the blink as well, like 400 gold away. So you get the blink on him. Like, these three items and you're ready. On the other side, what are they buying? They're buying a BKB on DK. It is 1,000 gold away, so a bit further down the line. They will be able to contest the rush, of course, if it happens, but the big items are a bit further away for Dire, at least. At least for now.
Macropire and TMing dead to Shiro, so he gets himself his first 2 charges on that Desolator. Ags flying out for Echoes. They smoke up as a 5-stack, and they're going to find themselves Zeal if he's not careful. He blinks back, he TPs out. Can they get an errant Bushwhacker a spear? No, they can't. They have escaped the smoke attempt here from the side of Tidebound.
Which means free shard, right? Like, especially when you have Jakiro and when you have, of course, Hoodwink. This is the most value that you can get out of the map. Unfortunately, it is the Jakiro that gets it, but it's not the worst shard as well for him.
No, now you just keep everything on, right? Fire, Liquid Frost, your initial hits are really strong. Can you go for Roach? Can you try to make another play? Do you look to smoke and go in again? Or now do you sit back a little bit and farm? Do you just go for BKB on Templar Assassin?
I think now going for Rush is maybe a bit more difficult. Like, they have a general idea where everyone is, and they have a BKB on DK, so maybe it's actually time for Dire to make a move.
Yeah, kind of expecting that.
Oh, that's not the blink.
He's all over the place, and that is a quick kill on Echoes. Just can't survive right now, and taking a lot of magic damage, obviously, with this Mystic Flare. But we're not, we're seeing a Glimmer Beam built. We're not seeing like a pipe or anything.
Yep. You have a Mars on your team, like, he needs some other items, like, usually doesn't go too much into utility. That blink, by the way, from Sentinel, if he goes right, he dodges the supports, he blinks towards his Hoodwink and his Mars. Of course, he did play with a lot of info, but he had support on the right side. On the left, he had no one, literally. So, yeah, they lose the Sand King, they lose the Aegis, now Storm Aegis, of course. Like, a pretty big deal for the state of the game, which is very even still, but perhaps this gives Emo the chance to just completely ball out. He's gonna have Witchblade next in a couple of minutes, maybe a minute max.
This feels like we're on the edge of either team kind of blowing up. getting that one fight they need. And you see Hoodwink getting caught. Easy kill there. And you can kind of sense that Yakult are starting to make the pressure really felt.
Do you see the quick buy for Fly? By the way, he's cooking. Butterfly next.
Interesting.
Is he gonna complete this? I wonder. Like, not something that you see very often on a DK.
Down here bottom, they'll look for Zeal. Epicenter. The damage, the spear, no. Oh, Sky gets killed, but Zeal gets out.
Was that a sharpshooter that didn't connect? Or what happened?
There was a spear that didn't connect.
Ah, the spear from Mars. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Storm is bot. He's got Arcane Rune as well. They gotta bail. I think they need to leave this bot lane.
They've got no Epicenter. They do have Arena, which we really haven't felt much of.
Was it used?
Yeah, it's been used a couple times. Like once top, maybe once elsewhere. They've got the BKB on TA, so they might feel confident, but this may be a little bit of overconfidence that comes in if they don't have everybody here. And Echo's not going to be around. He's still trying to get his BKB. Ice Path, Bushwhack. They've got some decent damage. Sharpshooter, BKB. It's late. Firefly really can't go into that. Mystic Flare with the Vortex. The kill is successful on Innocence. Burrow Strike and the Spear. They get the Aegis out of the hands of the Storm. But there's the Arena. Meteor Hammer down. Echoes is dead. These Zeros are stuck in the Arena. Zeal ends up going down to the Meld Strike. BKB popped by Shiro. Flyfly doesn't have his own BKB, but this BKB is going to run out on this TA in a moment. They're going to be able to jump back in. Blinks, successful. Emo still chasing. Sentry's going to be placed out, and they're going to just not catch Planet. But Flyfly not able to do much in that fight. That being said, the side of Team Tidebound maybe not getting everything that they want. Blink, Dragon Tail. They've got the stun on the TA, but there's the Spirit Connects. They've got the Silence going to be on the Templar Assassin. They get Shiro. Meteor Hammer dropped in. They still don't kill Flyfly. Oh, not a successful kill. He ends up surviving. Now they'll go for Mars, but the spear hits onto the sky. Bobica ends up dead. And DK survives.
Kinda indecisive, I would say, fight from Tidebound, right? Like the initial jump on DK, that was supposed to be a kill, and look at that, that's completely even. A bit more exp, of course, gained by Yakult, but overall very even fight when it comes to gold, and still a very even networked game. I feel like they had the sufficient control to take down the DK, but some damage was missing. I believe TA was not really hitting him, right? Like Shiro was not dealing any damage into the DK early, like at the beginning of the fight. 50k versus 43k damage, quite a lot. So that basically set things up for Yakult to realistically win the fight, right? Like in general, all things said and done. They lost the Aegis, but they got a lot of core kills. Butterfly will be completed on DK, like he's committing. He's got a talisman already, so maybe an earlier NKB will be necessary from the TA.
Question is, will they see this Butterfly where it will matter, or give them time to even do that? Start to see these neutrals fly in, and I'm a little, I will say, a little surprised the net worth's as close as it is. But obviously the support's leading for the Radiant side, and TA having a good farming game. But the other two cores on the side of Tidebound just not up there just yet.
Yeah, they've died quite a few times. Like 3 times on Mars, 4 times on Sand King. A lot of these engagements have not been that amazing for them. Like Mars, of course, had a pretty bad laning stage as well. But when you look at the other cores on the other side, like the Storm and the Pango, they're kind of close, right? Like it's not a huge... That's the 1k difference between these two teams. Like the 1k difference is basically between the DK and the TA. The other cores are more or less Same.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Emo's going for his BKB. BKB soon for Niu.
Radiant are scanning.
He's close to it. And so is the Sand King, I believe.
They're
Fly,
TP
fly.
bottom. They want to go.
Oh,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
good blink out by Fly.
He had the lane ward, right? Like the lane ward is really good for him. Right outside of the vision of the tier 2 tower. So scouts out any moves as they happen. Like you can TP behind the trees, sure, but he had enough time to react to it. And the butterfly is complete, by the way. He's running towards his courier, so yeah, not something, like we said, that you see way too often on the DK.
Immediately TA went to the MKB, by the way.
Yeah, of course, the moment he saw the talisman, right? Like, you switch things up.
Yeah, it was, I mean, Daedalus was next on the list, so was getting this team an edge anyway.
Yeah, he's gonna have the MKB, basically.
Are scanning.
Maybe even for the next fight, but the smoke is good, timing-wise.
Ooh, breaks. Trio blinked forward, but they don't see anybody. They're still smoked up. They're trying to catch something. They've got these traps down.
If you're
Watching
rated,
this Enchantress.
Dire's middle tower is under
you
attack.
probably dodge, right? Like, you wait for the MKB. He's, what, 200 gold away from it? Should have it. So if you don't take this fight, it's a huge advantage. Let's say not advantage, just it's a good decision that they don't commit into a fight.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Gives them this MKB, and now all of a sudden this butterfly doesn't feel as strong. Gives you a possibility to
Tower is under attack.
maybe take a fight on your own terms and sharpshooter, blink, spear. Doesn't throw him on a
Mars,
retreat.
though.
He was just in a bad spot. Builds himself up, has the BKB. He's gonna have to run for Fly. Fly throws down the arena. He's still alive with the bulwark, but the ball lightning and the Zeal rolling thunder is in. They lose this Mars. Thinking about going in on the edge. Hunter's Boomerang, Epicenter, being fainted. They have the opportunity to go in into Fly. They've got this
There's no
MKB. They'll
BKB.
go to the Burrow Strike. They get the Epicenter. Now they're going to go on to Fly. They've got the Ice Path to land. But Shiro, he's not bothered. They ball lightning into the Ice Path. They've got themselves Zeal. That's going to be 3 down on the side of Yakult. Tidebound don't need the Mars. They actually get a very victorious fight on their own terms as Emo balls lightnings into the Ice Path. And then they also had Zeal stuck there too.
If your ice bats are going to be this good, 30 minutes in, you don't have to skill them early on. Like you can go for the dual breath and liquid fire, liquid frost, straight into another tormentor, I believe, right? So Shard is there on Jakiro and Hoodwink. Next one, if they get it on the Mars, it's going to be really good. If they get it on TA as well, it wouldn't be that bad. I guess it's between the Mars and the Sand King. Fly, he needed to bail. Like he used his full BKB for the Mars kill. And that's... I mean, it's good, you get the core kill, but you cannot fight after.
You again caught. And this Ancient Steel Yule's alive for now, but the Meteor Hammer and the Remnant is down. They get the kill on an EU. They're going to look for Echo. They need
Jen.
help. They need somebody here. But Trap, BKB, Echo going to
See that?
Burrow Strike away, but still, dead to the Arcane Bolt. I'm
Mars
telling
is
you, one of
suffering
these
now.
guys needs a pipe. Could you get it on Mars? He's going for a Hex. Could you get it on Sand King? He's got Veil. Like, who would potentially even get this pipe?
If anyone gets it, it's going to be like a Jakiro or Hood. Like these 2 cores. Hood get it, of course, as well, but I feel like they have more pressing items to buy right now.
Sharpshooter flies in, sees that they're doing Roche, but there's no way to stop this with no Mars, no Sand King. So they will concede yet another Aegis.
2 very cheap kills, by the way. Very cheap kill on the Mars and on the Sand King. Allows them to take another Aegis. I'm surprised they're giving it to the DK. And it's just like so good on Storm at every single point in the game, and kind of whatever on DK because he dies with the forearm and that's it.
Tower is under attack.
But he does hit buildings with it.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I'm wondering if TA can take over this game.
Is under attack.
If that's even possible.
No, he definitely is. The way I see it, though, his massive power spike is right now. When he had the MKB into the Butterfly of Dragonite, I think these last couple of fights should have been theirs, but they lost the two cores way too quickly, so he couldn't really make use of his itemization. Smoke probably coming from Dire. Do they have it on someone? They don't. They're sticking together, though. It looked like they were about to make a move. 50-50.
With 2 E's.
The best 50-50.
Just kind of hoping to grab their moment, but don't want to really fight into this Aegis. Give them time to get the Swift Blink. Echo looking for the Shivas. Yu wants this Hex, but not sure he'll get it for a long time.
There's
And
the
another
smoke.
Hex being built by Hoodwink.
Yeah, they just want extra control. They have some of it, of course, it's not that bad. You are playing into a storm, I guess, so the Hex is...
That's good.
Yeah, of course it's good. Like, whenever you're playing into that hero. The smoke is good as well, though. They might find the supports down bottom.
Will they find both of them? That's the question. They look for one, they glimmer the other, and now Ghost Scepters. Hoodwink trying to get out. They caught Emo. Oh, they get this kill into the storm.
didn't get
and now
anyone.
this falls apart. They finally get Hoodwink, but Bobik is dead. There's a gem on the deck. The BKB, the TP attempt out. And the Burrow Strike looking for a +1. They've got the Yules out of the Pangolier. Zeal is going to be killed off here as he will try to roll up and roll away. And TPs, maybe he doesn't die. Oh,
Nice
God,
deal.
I thought he was dead, but gets into the Rolling Thunder and the roll-up and actually ends up surviving.
Yeah, the double shield crash with the roll-up into the Rolling Thunder. Like, very nicely done from him to survive, but that should have been 2 clean support kills and them getting away, but instead they don't get the one or the other. I mean, they get the Hoodwink in the end, but the price was massive. Losing the Storm Spirit and the Skywrath.
Losing their gem.
And the gem, yeah. Pretty bad.
What's that gem? Might have actually been
Dire's
Hoodwink.
middle tower is under
It was on Storm.
Was it on Storm?
It-
Okay.
Yeah, it was on Storm. It could have been. I think he's the one
Originally,
that
it could
bought-
have been Wise. I usually used to say the name on the bottom. I don't know why I didn't say it anymore.
Yeah, same. I think it's Storms because he purchased it. I mean, I'm not sure if he bought it, but they were hunting Sand King with the gem. Now he has a dust. To all my dear mid laners out there, you can buy a dust when you're playing mid as well.
Yeah, let's pin that message.
Dire are scared.
Clip it and ship it.
Please. Doesn't have to just be your supports, especially when you're playing with supports that don't really get into the center of the fights.
Speaking as a true AA enthusiast.
Oh,
Lane.
for sure. Oh, God. Ice Path, Fly already burning out. He's going to lose that Aegis. They get the kill into the Mars. Epicenter, not enough damage to get the kill into Boba. Can just get the Ancient Steel. Is going to be through out of the Sand King. The BKB is going to be used by Emo. The damage coming out from TA, though. He's used the BKB pretty early. Burrow Strike on the way back with the BKB be popped by Echoes. They go to the buybacks from both the Jakiro as well as the Mars. They only got the kill into the Skyraz. Shiro is in. Vortex and everybody on him. Shiro went in for what? Did for 100. Where was the follow-up for that?
The worst part is probably the dying, but the buybacks as well. Like from Y, like they use 2 buybacks for TA just to jump in and die. Keep in mind that this DK, besides the butterfly, he's going for all the big items, right? Like he's got the satanic as well, so he wasn't really going to die there. Like, too much heal. And when you see the fight, you understand why they gave the Aegis to DK. Like, they just allow him to die once, and then too many spells are used for him. That's the trick, right? Like, too many spells get used, too many items as well, and then you don't have a lot to play with.
You lose Shiro for 100 seconds.
Level 25, TA.
They found Zeal, Hunter's Boomerang Sharpshooter. That's a kill there for Tidebound.
How is this game still so close? Like, what the hell is going on? 38 minutes in, we are still sub 1k advantage for Tidebound.
Neither team really pulling away in more than a 4,000 lead, I think, max here for Tidebound.
Every time I look, it's like dead even.
I guess they had a 7,000 net worth lead, but now it's even. Didn't feel like that much. TA finally back up. Wants this Swift Blink, wants a Daedalus afterwards. That'll be some time. Fly. He also wants that Swift Blink. How do you feel about this Meteor Hammer for Sky?
It's pretty good. Like, it's done. He's done a lot of work with the Meteor Hammer already, like in a couple of these fights. But it's the build-up as well. Like getting the 10% spell amp, the mana regen amp. Like, you're playing with Kaya anyway, like you want to get it, and your options are Kaya Sanj, Kaya Yasha, or Meteor Hammer, right? Like, you have 3 paths. If you need to really tank up, like, you can go for Kaya Sanj. But Meteor Hammer perhaps feels the best out of the 3. It looks weird for sure, right? Like Skyrat with the Meteor Hammer, what the hell is happening? But more or less the standard build right now. Like, you see it a lot. Crit popularized it. I think I haven't seen it way too much before he started buying it. Axon Storm, okay. Didn't see it from no one last game, but
The Arena.
French.
Always the Ench. Sharpshooter misses. They should still get this kill, but now it's a ball lightning into the ice path again. BKB's popped. As they will use that Pyrrhic Cloak onto the Storm Spirit, and then BKB from Fly. So the turnaround, the silences, they're there. BKB's going to wear out on Echo in a second. Shiro also used his. So now, Shiro, you got to be careful about coming back into the fight or even going too deep. They won't cross the river.
They used basically everything on both sides. No arena, no BKBs, no mana or ascending at all. Jumping and killing off the Dragonite is kinda hard right now. Like, you're probably, I don't know, you have to commit a lot. Yeah, Hunter's Boomerang, very cool spell. Thank you, Ops. And the Aether Lance. And Go Nuts.
Yeah.
And Scurry, by the way, go over Scurry as well. It gives a lot of range.
Because we just saw that Hunter's Boomerang thrown from like a mile away.
So basically, the moment this got added, I started playing Hoodwink with Go Nuts, but around the bushwhack. Aether Lance, and you throw the bushwhack from a mile away. Like, you're not even in the screen and it's flying. It can be really ridiculous. But sometimes it hurts you as well, because it flies too long, you know, so they can dodge it. However, Boomerang doesn't care about that. It's really good.
TA starting to rip through these towers. That's 3,200 gold. And then I'll eventually go towards a Daedalus. But Hoodwink finishes that Hex. And instead of the Hex from the Mars, Niu, who's dying first in a lot of these fights, is going for an Aeon Disc.
I don't mind that. I think he needs to stay alive for a bit, but Pango has a nullifier already, so gotta keep that in mind. Drops the Hex, by the way, as he's defending bottom on Hoodwink, so it's not in vision. He drops it far away from himself as well. Like, I'd be sweating right now.
Gotta make sure it's not taken.
they're gonna smoke. Like this Hex, just by not being revealed, could win them
Big
the next
upgrade,
fight.
yeah. Especially if you have another moment where Emo ball lightnings into an ice path before the BKB.
You know what's cool about Scurry and Go Nuts as well? It applies to items too. So Hex is gonna have a pretty massive range. Like you can use it from quite a long distance. I abuse this Go Nuts with observers as well and sentries because they get huge range too. So gonna be interesting this next fight. Smoke is good from Dire.
They'll go in. Oh god, TMing was there, but then he wasn't. Arena BKB starting to run away from this DK. Maybe they're going to reinitiate. Mew thinking about going in. He's got the blink in 5, but there's the Hex. It's on a 5-5. Rolling Thunder coming through. They'll try to get themselves a turnaround with the BKB and the Nullifier going out onto the Sand King, but there's the Dragon Tail. They get the kill on a planet. They'll take him out. They'll look for the Epicenter. They've got him. 5-5 in trouble. He doesn't have a BKB anymore, and Steel taking a lot of damage here from Shiro. Down goes 5-5. Shiro with a double kill. The chase is on for the Sky, but they won't quite catch him.
It looked very messy from Tidebound, I gotta say. Like the Hex on Dragonite basically accomplishes almost nothing at the beginning of the fight. The arena once again was used for the edge, but they decide to fight without her and they get punished for it. No pipe from the edge, no boots of bearing. Your Dragonite is tanky even without the BKB, but the Sand King damage finally playing a huge part. Like that's a 5k. Like, okay, Ench just disappears, right? But BKB is used, Arena is used. I'm thinking Yakult could reset this, but they decide to go back in and they get heavily punished.
Not amazing here.
It's the Sand King, truly. Like, this was probably the best play from Echoes for the whole game. Just jumping in, destroying the Dragonite.
DK did for another 35. And they are, now having themselves the Aegis, might be posturing and setting up for potentially the high ground, if not more. This is finally the biggest net worth lead we have.
13k, 14k now. It's just growing by the minute. She's Aegis on the TA. We'll see what she buys next. She has like 4,000 gold, probably saving the buyback or something. We'll see. Refresher, of course, on Sand King. Just refresher orb on Sand King and the shard on the Mars. Still, you gotta play this next fight very carefully.
They're grouping up. Let's smoke here from Tidebound. Do Yakult go and try and find this as I hiccup?
Dire's top tower is under
Someone
attack.
thinks about you. That's what we say here, you know, if you hiccup.
Ooh. Yeah, that's true. Full lightning with the vortex, but they go to the arena, and TA lost that Aegis pretty quickly, but this is a dead Emo. BKB Echoes now looking in, Rolling Thunder coming through. They've got some decent damage from this Sky, but it's just not enough. They're gonna lose TMing. Shiro's got that E-Blade Burrow Strike now. They're trying to maybe drop down the Meteor Hammer on these heroes, but they stop that with the BKB pop by 5-5, but Shiro is in, trying to get this kill, and will take out Fly. No buyback available. Down goes Zeal. GG is called. Tidebound take game number 1 over Yakult.
I mean, all the tips to Echoes. This man was silent for the majority of the game, but the last couple of minutes have been absolutely phenomenal. Catching all the right heroes, also utilizing the Sandstone versus Dragonite as well, right? So they have a lot of ways of getting on top of him. If they manage to slow down Emo, I feel like this game could be kind of simple for Team Tidebound, but I'm honestly expecting game 3.
Damn. Sure. That's definitely a possibility. We'll see if that ends up how it goes. But I don't know. We expect game 3 a lot with these China v China matchups. However, when I look at the draft, I don't know. I still feel confidence for Tidebound.
Yeah, I think they're playing a little bit cleaner for sure, and you could say that they should be the ones taking it, even if it goes game 3. But you never know. Like you said, like the Yakult Brothers, like with this XIG stack or XIG players, like you never know. One game they look like absolute gods. The next game, they look like a tier 3 team. Then they're actual gods again. It's kind of weird. I
can never feel like they had their best moments for Mimo in the last game, so that's what kind of makes me a little bit curious as to, you know, if they don't get that same kind of performance, you know, you might be a bit in trouble.
They didn't try to go for the trample play with the blood grenade, by the way, and they didn't block the bot. So and they are doing what we called for. They're putting the Chen with the Pango, the Clockwork with the Weaver. I really like the way they are activating the Clockwork. If he played as a 4, it would be absolutely abysmal of a lane.
Right. Let's see how he ends up playing overall. As we look on 3 lanes. But where do we see first blood happening?
I think this game is so much more volatile than the last one, so we should see a bit of a quicker game, not your classic Chinese dotes where it's like minute 10, no kills happening. We've got Jakiro TB on top, bot lane as well. A lot of kills possible on both sides. Mid lane is kind of volatile as well, honestly, like this matchup. Ember SF probably not gonna get the solo kill. Anything can happen.
Looking at top lane, Shiro, level 1. Is into the Conjure image. Maybe level 2 they want to play aggressive, especially if they both get it at the same time. Dual Breath and the Liquid Fire and/or Frost. And they will go Frost with the Metamorphosis. The chase is on, but they've got the Swashbuckle.
Yeah, Divine Favor as well. Help the Pango heal up a little bit.
Continuing on as bottom lane, I'm looking over at Fly, see what he's able to get out of the game. He's in 12-0, so right now the CS feels really good for the Radiant. Kind of to be expected, right? Another dual breath across both these heroes, but bottom lane. Sorry, I'm baiting the observers. I'm really sorry about that. As I'm looking all over.
As I'm looking at bot lane and everyone is literally in 100% HP.
Yeah.
Nothing happening there, but yeah, still a lot of kill potential on all sides. I would say if anyone steps out of position. Top lane, Chen and Tangle, honestly, very tanky. Even for the Jakiro to go through all of this. Like you have the shield crash that you have to go through, and then on top of that, the Divine Favor. Just too much barrier and armor on the Pango to kill him, even with the meta.
Gosh, all 3 lanes CSing better for the Radiant side. Though, I mean, it's early on. We'll see what happens. If this is going to be another game where they maybe are able to swipe the shrine for Dire, I mean, this could be big again, right? Like, that was how they were able to activate Shiro a little bit earlier and slow down these supports on the side of Yakult.
Way more dangerous this time, though, I gotta say. Like, for Dire, swiping the shrine is probably easier for the Weaver, if anyone. So it could be Fly that does it, but TB running in there, especially when you're not dominating the lane, very difficult.
Echoes just can't stay in the mid lane. It's not CSing really at all. It's about grabbing this courier, Rocket Flare, and not really having a place to be able to go.
And he's late as well.
And he might die. Blood
got
Grenade,
the
if they get
chains.
Cogs, he's probably dead. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. He can't TP with Battery Assault. Not available, actually. So maybe he can just TP, but it would set him up for dying anyway. Yeah,
couldn't.
TPing not really an option. Just a long way to go to end up dead. And he's got a salve coming out, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he couldn't TP because of the cogs anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe if he had found like the right little crevice to hide in. But all things right now pointing towards Yakult having a very easy time in this game.
Yeah, yeah. So far, so definitely good. The SF pick can be punished though. That's one thing that I expect. Like, sure, he's going to crush the mid lane. That's why you picked him, but it's also a hero that, at times, you know, like you get a couple of levels advantage top lane. Damn, the shield crash damage. You can get the advantage, and then one rotation can ruin your game. So that could be an option for Team Tidebound.
Where does it come back here for Tidebound? You know, who is the playmaker that needs to be making things happen?
It's Planet and it's Ember. And you need level 6 Ember. Luckily for them, this hero is really strong, even without items. The moment in at 6 rune, let's see. SF is kinda big though, level 6 already.
Blood Grenade thrown, Bobica taking some damage, another Blood Grenade the other way. They're trying to go. They don't have Shackle Shot. They'll have another Power Shot, but it doesn't really matter. It was a shield rune that was picked up. Echo on the run. He's trying to get himself maybe a couple of sips ready with the Bounty Rune, as he's now running away from a Boglet.
Arm of the Deep. Did not connect. Unfortunately for the Chen, but fortunately for Ember, he does get the wave under the tower now. Nicely done by Planet to keep it alive. Well, these kind of plays are necessary, right? Like, you're not gonna kill him immediately. You need to get to 6th first. You're a full level behind. Almost level and a half on Ember.
And he's practically getting tripled in CS.
Yeah. SF now rotating. Like we said.
7-minute rune. They're going to need to bring in some of these numbers. I don't know if they really have that available to them. They're going to start to retreat back for this shrine. And Planet's going to be here, but now Emo comes in, and they have nothing to do with this because Planet doesn't have level 4. He doesn't have access to Shackle Shot. They just don't have the control. They're thinking about going in and use level 5, but with Clockwork right there, he could just Battery Assault, and then you do nothing as this Primal.
Yeah, this Clockwork actually is just doing so much work. Like, you don't see it, like he's not pressing any spells right now, but just the hero itself is preventing any aggression from happening on top of the SF. You could say that all 3 lanes have been successful for Radiant. Like Yakult, they won more or less 3 out of 3 lanes. Mid lane being crushed and the other 2 lanes being in a pretty good position.
Terribly the only one who's having a game so far for Dire.
Yeah, he's not gonna carry you through the mid game though. It needs to be the Ember, it needs to be the Primal.
If they get 6 on Primal soon, they can always just pulverize into a power shot. Now they've got Shackle, so at least Sleight of Fist Searing Chain sets them up to have the Shackle follow-up.
Is there, Power Shot is there, but you know, whenever you're playing into the Wind Ranger, remember that raindrops are your best friend. They will keep you alive from that kill shot. Most of the time, at least.
The way back is going to be tough for Tidebound. Hero, one of those heroes that he doesn't do that well in lane, isn't going to feel like he's doing much in the game. He's level 4, not really offering much. Both supports actually just level 4. If they can find a kill or two, then maybe this works out for them. But you see them go after Fly, and New, He might just get run at and killed. He's got to run all the way back. Fly's coming over. He's got the Swarm on him. And still going forward for this kill onto the Primal Beast. And turn around. Fly forces the time lapse. Well, Shikuchi, but doesn't go
SF?
in. Meanwhile, mid, SF uses that Requiem.
Just a remnant out. Wind Ranger as well.
3,000 net worth lead, and it's only 1-0. It means they're getting so much more out of the map.
Yeah, they truly are. And these heroes, once they get like level 6 on supports as well, Chen and the Clockwork.
How do you kill anybody?
Yeah. Especially because of the Hand of God.
This might be a kill here. They've got the Shackle. They'll have the Power Shot kill. And now they hit the Pulverize. Warpine Raider throwing a Seed Shot over, and now thinking about the Trample. This is bad for Primal, but again, Emo, Shackle, it's always the one in the back, but Planet juking this Rolling Thunder, and he ends up surviving, but Innocence is dead. Echo's next on the list. Doesn't matter that the Windrunner survived if you're going to lose your Ember.
Is she going to survive though? Weaver is still on a hunt.
Dust. Shackle doesn't connect. Onslaught in, and we'll try to go to the Trample, but the time lapse is available. Meanwhile, Shiro losing his Courier.
Terrorblade is around, but nothing that he can do to the Weaver, even without the time lapse. Not enough damage, not enough catch. This is like a beautiful draft on Radiant to play if you're like having an advantage in the lanes. Like, look at the massive Ancient stack as well. All for SF. It's so wonderful to play around Chen, who is like high level. That last fight, SF survives because he gets Divine Favor, and on top of that he uses a really fat magic wand. He just baits Ember completely into thinking that he might have a kill, which he definitely did not.
To be quite honest, this game kind of feels in the bag. I hate to say it that early, but it would take a pretty massive misplay here from Radiant to give back this lead at the moment.
I think, like, yeah, they have a 5k lead 12 minutes in. It's massive. But there are ways of playing for Dire.
Shackle. TMing will eventually die here to Echoes. That's a way to start it off.
It's like one thing that I would say about these heroes. Like, sometimes you have heroes that are really goal dependent, and you have heroes that are XP dependent. These heroes right now on Dire are mostly about XP, and as long as they have their spells, like, they can make plays. Like this kill shot, no matter how tanky you are, can take you down. It's a lot of damage. It's like 400, right? On 470 on level 4. Then you have the Ember with the catch. Like, he doesn't need a blink. He doesn't need any activation item. Vessel is nice, but he's the same hero with or without it. So it's playable still for Dire.
It's just 5k now is definitely feeling like a 10k later.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe even more. It's like two items, basically. Two big items. 2 blink daggers on Radiant of worth.
You now have level 6 on Innocence. You've got 6 on both supports here for Yakult too.
Yeah, 7 on Chen even. He's got that Hand of God and they smoke up. They want to utilize the haste on SF. Diffusal on Penguin.
Broken. Has the inhibit, so nowhere for Innocence to go. The Shackle connects. They've got the cogs and they will lock down the Jakiro.
Haste, Ember.
Forced a Remnant, but he's right into the hands of Fly. Searing Chains, another Remnant, now gets onto the low ground. Flare hits, but it's not going to matter.
Maybe they could have turned that fight if not for the Diffusal. But Diffusal on Jakiro prevents him from using his ult. Like, he didn't have the mana. He only used like dual breath, that's it.
Stole another shrine. This is really rough for Dire. A lot resting on the hands of Shiro to get done.
Radiant's
Which,
bottom tower
to be
is
honest,
under attack.
is one of those heroes that can carry almost any sort of a game if he has a good time.
Nowhere for him to really be able to go. Hookshot actually gets blocked here by Fly, but the cogs are in. It doesn't matter. New's dead.
They're all so damn big, by the way. Like the 7k net worth on all 3 cores on Radiant. All 3 lanes went well, 6k advantage in total. So there's a smoke. This is the chance. Maybe kill the SF. He's got the blink though. Ah!
Yeah. Just unable to get there.
Yeah, they had to start with the slide, right? Like, or maybe power shot. Something that can catch him immediately.
Maybe they can still make a play, but it
So
feels
many heroes.
very risky. Searing Chains, Power Shot, Rolling Thunder, Seals over here, and now Ember forced to Remnant away. Boba's still pretty low, but the raise is coming in. Planet looking for a Power Shot, just can't find it.
That was never going to be their fight, and this kind of a kill might open up Rosh, like they're right next to it. You've got Chen, you've got SF, Weaver, of course, without any bugs, I believe, at the moment. But yeah, it doesn't matter. They can still go straight into the pit. That's the advantage that they've got right now.
It says 60-40, but the game feels way worse than that.
I feel like they already need a couple of BKBs, maybe the one on the Primal. He's so far away from anything, though. He's got the blink. It's a step in the right direction, at least. It's something.
Tower is under attack.
It's just about finding the moments here for Tidebound and where they could even start to pull this game back.
It's like you need to find the backlines somehow as the Primal and Ember, and it's not that hard. Like, you can jump in the backlines. The only question is, do you get out alive after? Which is probably negative. The answer is probably negative. They have a Vessel on Ember, so helps against the Chen as well.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Terrorblade Manta is completed, it's flying out.
Good minutes for the side of Tidebound can do wonders for them, but it's not going to happen here. Requiem comes in, hook shot. They'll save the Chen. Don't even get that kill. They do get the Aegis out of the hands of this Weaver.
Terrorblade though.
Can they find more? Terrorblade's in trouble. Pops that Manta, needs a Thunder somewhere.
Oh!
Cannot find it. Seal ends up dead. But losing the Terrorblade, the only hero having a decent game so far for you, is going to feel awful.
He was really close, by the way. He was channeling that Thunder. His hands were up. Didn't quite get it, though. And the saddest part of all of that was actually not even the Chen kill, right? Like, they used so much to take him down, but they didn't manage to kill him. Fortunately for Echoes, he did get a Vessel charge. Like, leaving that fight without a Vessel charge would feel absolutely horrible.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you know, I'm taking a closer look. They were able to blow up the Weaver, and now they've also, I will say, they've got this rock throw, which from a distance, you can get somebody, you get that shackle, you get that extra bit of lockdown, and all of a sudden you can get that kill. That's what they're lacking here, at least for the moment, is those, like, extra 1 or 2 seconds to finish off some of these heroes.
I don't know. This rock throw for me feels a bit
Jackal
weird, but
and Chen, he's gonna die. They get this kill, but Emo comes over looking for raises. He doesn't actually have a lot of mana to play with, and they Remnant away. That's a pickoff that works out well, and you're starting to see it. You know, they can get some of this gold. Maybe there's a glimmer of hope, but hook shot blocked by a creep. You actually able to escape off that.
I feel like a lot of these hook shots did not connect. And that's
Yeah,
one
they're
thing
just
that,
off the mark.
Yeah. Like, he's missed quite a few, and it's helping them. It's helping Dire survive some of these aggressive moves that should be very simple at this point when you're 6-7k ahead. And now the 6k doesn't feel as bad as it felt 10 minutes ago. It's still bad, but it's something you can play against.
Yeah, it's definitely something you can play against. And if you get this BKB at a decent timing for NIU, I think all bets are off. Like, you now have that ability to blink, BKB pulverize.
Do you think that this is like a Lincoln's game for Weaver? It wouldn't be bad, I suppose, right? Like versus Primal?
Radiant are scanning.
As long as it's not first item, I feel like Link is just such a good item on Weaver, right?
Of course, like, he's got Mjolnir already. I believe he's going for Dragonlance, seeing the Belt of Strength probably. Like Dragonlance and Shard are the items that
They're
you want to
wrapping. This
Weaver.
could be a really good fight. They're going to try and get in with a hook shot. Shiro's going to be the one who's spotted near the tower. They need to get this before they end up making the rotation. If they could just get out, he's
out.
He's already away. Now, good escape, good sense of where they're at, and they get all the way out. Very well done there by Tidebound to make sure, oh, Jesus, to make sure that they got out of that one. Because if TB gets caught, again, you slow everything down. All the progression that they've made is hit right back towards Yakult. And now it's a 5k lead, and all of a sudden, things are, continue to look up.
That rotation with the smoke, even though it looked cute, like the wraparound behind 50-50 once again, let's go. Even though it looked really cute, it took way too much time. And it took way too much time because TB takes the towers way too quickly. So they didn't manage to catch anyone. Maybe a TP to the tier 2 tower would have actually been better. Not bad shark, by the way. Out of the two. It's good on Shen as well.
Nice path. This is a tanky hero. Gotta assume they're giving him up for free. Nobody rotating, nobody TPing in by a tier 2 tower. They're trying to make a move. And Shiro kind of aware of this as, of course, they're pushing the tier 2 tower, but initially backs off the lane in what could have been a tough move. It just all of a sudden turns into an 8k. Hook shot, Jakiro. Jetpack and the swashbuckle. They're trying to get this defusal. Shiro's here. Innocent's putting the damage on a Tiaming. He's taking some damage from these illusions. Might get run out and survives. They had to help him with the kill shot. Hit him with the kill shot like his name's Machine Gun Kelly. God damn. Planet from a distance getting that kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You now
that's
only
the
1,300
rapper
away.
That's the rapper that became like a pop singer now, right?
Yeah, he got shit on so hard by Eminem that he had to leave rap.
Yeah, that's the one. What?
A little pulverized action. This is another kill. That's
Did
the
you see the-
Pangolier. That's not bad.
Yeah, did you see the onslaught play there, by the way? Push him into the shackle, so the shackle latches on a tree. Like, really cool. Maybe he could have gotten the angle anyway, but it lined him up perfectly.
Just gonna put you over here, make sure that this shackle connects. You.
They're finding
A lot of
a lot of
shackle
farm.
accuracy. Yeah, they are, because now they've got this Kaya Sanj on Ember. This Primal is very close to the BKB, 484 gold.
I would say every shackle is a successful shackle. It cannot miss, unless it's on Lincoln's or Lotus. I'm just gonna put my nerd glasses on. Technically, every shackle.
Technically, literally, you can't miss.
Shackle.
Shackle.
Exactly.
Like Nerdy Lizard. He probably likes anime.
Got the most annoying round glasses, Harry Potter ones, right next to me here.
With no prescription.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Technically.
This is still now a 6,000 net worth lead. TB going Hurricane Pike. It's gonna need a little bit. I feel like he needs like this item and maybe +2. That. What else? BKB? Are we looking BKB at TB? Or are we looking for something else? What's the deal?
Yeah, Pike. After that,
After Pike. Yeah.
you can tank up as well. BKB into Pango into SF, of course, is really good still. So probably gonna be the case. But like on TB, if you can play without BKB, you'll try to.
Sitting mid, Planet. Wind running away, and they place some wards over mid. That's not in range of any sentries from the Dire, so they don't know just yet, but they still avoid this gank again. Another good move here from Tidebound to just avoid getting got on, as they sense that they're off the map.
Yeah, the BKB on SF will not be successfully revealed, at least. Yashakaya, of course, BKB Blink. This is the time to shine for the SF, as he can go deep into the fights.
Question is, even if he BKBs, there might just be a Primal right behind him with the Pulverize.
Primal that also has the BKB and the Blink now, right? So
He's
yeah,
going Lincoln's, actually.
Lincoln's next.
Lincoln's for Primal.
I'm not sure why. What's the...
Yeah, what are we blocking here? BKB, as I said, all are healed. They've got the shackle. They don't have the damage. Now the turnaround is available for them. They'll do the damage onto Innocence, and you gotta leave. Power shot, that goes off. Shackle's not gonna matter. They're losing both supports on this one. That was a very aggressive play. It does force the BKB from the SF, but you also use BKB on New, and you just don't come away with anything. You need to kill him before he's able to get his own BKB off, and now Primal's just dead. There's nowhere for him to really go, and FlyFly's got a third for his team. This is the first fight in a while that Tidebound's kind of flubbed that has gone the way of Yakult.
Yeah, and it's a massive one because Roche will be guaranteed to respawn in the next 30 seconds, so this should be Team Yakult's Roche as well. You know, they take it very quickly.
If they set up on Dire, maybe they can fight this. Because it's going to be top for a little while. Maybe.
It's the longest rush ever. Like, look at that. Is it max 9?
Mango. Inhibit, but
Dude,
the double jump and Zeal, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, another Remnant over. And this is a dead Pangolier, all while Roche is being taken. But Terrorblade trying to get in on this. Do they have anybody else? Power Shot flies through. They need somebody to go. They'll use the Metamorphosis, but the Age is picked up by FlyFly immediately. TM Ming's going to be able to jetpack. He's dead here, though. Planet gets that kill. Ice Path doesn't connect. But who else can they get? Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains catches the Chen, and this might just be a third dead. Bobica run down by Shiro. You're going to get a tier 1 tower with this if nobody responds, and a good amount of gold accumulated from this fight for the side of the Dire, despite the fact that they didn't get the Aegis.
I mean, 3k difference, right? Like in this one fight, even though they give the Aegis away to FlyFly, so pretty damn good for Dire. They capitalized on the fact that SF didn't have his BKB because of the last fight, right? Like the fight around the bot lane. The BKB was still on cooldown as Roche was falling, so he couldn't commit, he couldn't go in. But they're not in the worst spot, even with these 3 deaths.
No, but it does give TV more time, and he wants straight Daedalus into the BKB. If he gets those 2 items, Terrorblade has always been one of those heroes that is the end-all be-all carry. And in a game like this, I could see it happening as long as they get a little bit of control here for FlyFly, because Weaver, again, one of those elusive carries that can also kind of do the same as TB, right?
Yep, for sure. They have a very similar build as well. They're going for this Daedalus next.
Innocence, he is dead on his screen already.
Is he? Ghost?
No, he's got the Ghost Scepter. I didn't see that, so that's my mistake. It looked like he was dead on his screen already. Thought maybe there would be a hook shot coming, but TMing a little bit far away.
He had E-Blade last game as well in Jakiro.
Yeah.
And it did a lot of work. Now he's buying...
And he's going for it again, because he's going for the Aether Lens.
In Aether Lens on Jakiro, not too bad in general. Like, people tend to... Like, when they're playing this Jakiro 5, they tend to buy, like, utility items. Your drums, your Solar Crest, your Glimmers. But being a bit greedy, buying a Natal is also not too bad. Longer Ice Bat, longer Macro Pyre. No one ever complained about these spells being longer.
Just gonna try and get these creeps killed and hope that backdoor kicks in, but it won't.
Eggs, by the way, complete on Shadowfiend. I believe the 3 items are flying out. Yep.
He's got to be able to find the Requiems, though. For the most part in these fights, he hasn't.
So far.
Yeah. But he's got Blink, he's got Requiem, he's got Kaya, as well as Yasha. I think the next move, by the way, with all the Kaya, Yasha, Kaya-san, and all that,
Triforce?
should be... No. Kaya, Kaya, or Yasha, Yasha. Hook shot, I believe, blocked by Emo.
Yep.
Shackle connects, and they go to the Pulverize with the BKB, the Hand of God. Zeal's already a little bit low. He'll roll up. Onslaught's in. They get the kill on a Zeal. They take away the life of the Pangolier. Tiaming, unfortunately, his hookshot blocked by this Shadow Fiend, and that allows them to kind of have free mobility throughout this fight.
Yeah, whose fault was that, by the way, now? Is it SF's? Is it Clocks? Because they're smoking up. They're running out. They have the meta available. Yeah, they do. And the DD up top, which is scouted, so they see it.
Amplify
This could
damage
be
for
massive.
Shiro. Oh boy. Who can they grab?
Dire are scanning.
Shen's got this Ring of Tarask that flies out. He picks up the pipe.
Pipe Greaves. Yeah. They're wrapping all the way behind, but the base
Very
is gonna
far,
be...
yeah. They are just gonna go for pressuring the tier 3. And Innocence might show to kind of bait them to stick around. I'm wondering if that's the move. Because now Zeal TP's into the outpost, and they've just kind of broken point. So that's gonna be Dire leaving this gank attempt and going the other way.
It's not that bad, because they... Look at what they did. They got the creeps. Divine Protection should kick in soon.
Shackle. Nobody's here. No TB, no Ember.
They don't have to be. They don't have creeps. They can't push. It's like the tower, sure, they can get, but that's it. So they took a lot out of the map, like when you think about it. Ember farming top, bottom story, primal top. TB was farming everywhere else with the illusions.
Just allowed TB time to get the BKB. He went Chrysalis into the BKB. Gonna hold off on getting the Daedalus for a little bit. Now, again, you've got the openness of this fight. And 20 seconds left in the Aegis. This is certainly a time where Dire can take advantage.
Oh, the TB. This is danger.
Ooh, TB. Immediate Thunder. And then trying to get the kill into the Clockwork. Finds him first. Fly in a really bad spot. This Gale Force doing a lot. This Aegis, though, is going to be there for him. It will. So the timing is not exactly right. The Requiem flies in. These raises are going to land, and Shakiro's in a bad way. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, Guardian Greaves comes out from Bobica, but they go in with the onslaught. They've got themselves the damage coming through with the Hand of God being used here by the Chen. Echo's in trouble. Remnant to the right. He's trying to survive. Has another Remnant, but he's slowed up. Emo's going to be ending up dead. They get the kill on Neo. They're taking the Primal. They don't have themselves the Thunder. Shiro's dead. 75 seconds, though. Buyback. Fly able to do whatever he wants in the fight after using that Aegis. Searing Chains onto Zeal. They were trying to get a kill here onto Echoes, but he's able to survive. But with Shiro dead, that is a fight that is technically won here by the Radiant side, and they're going to push into these Ceterac's bottom.
Yeah, it absolutely is, because the creeps are coming perfectly for the Weaver to go in. It was such a greedy fight to take. Like, you're taking the outpost against an Aegis, and sure, you take down the Aegis, but...
If the timing was right, maybe. Do they have this? They need an Ice Path, though. And they just can't land it. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains once again. The Macropyre comes in. Power shot on a Bobica. Lotus, Shield Crash, Swashbuckle. Gotta be careful about how deep they want to go for this. Jerax, Bobica with the dot Jerax just surviving for so long. And eventually, they just have to give up on it. Can he power shot from a distance? Do they have any vision here? They don't see him. He'll TP out.
Jerax is back?
Dot Bobica.
There are similar players. They always have been. When you think about position 4s, right? Like they
Early
have done.
Thunder.
Yep.
I agree. They've definitely played similar styles, but man, that was a long fight that, and not getting anything on the back end from that is a little bit underwhelming for Tidebound, I'd say. They still, you know, Shiro's going to get that extra damage. Maybe that helps out in the next fight. And you'll have BKB for Ember because, honestly, Echoes was kind of playing with fire on this.
The way I saw that fight, it should never go Tidebound's way. I know that maybe they were thinking about it as Terrorblade is baiting, because they don't really have a lot of catch, but imagine if that hookshot was followed up immediately by an SF blink into the Requiem, if Emo was closer. Then the game and the fight, I mean not the game, but the fight could have been over right there on the spot, so... They need some follow-up control, like follow-up from the Pango once Clockwork initiates, and the fights are gonna look much easier for Yakult.
So what am I missing here with this Lincolns from MOUZ?
Ah, the BKB Lincolns onto Lincolns on the Lotus from Pango. Damn, it took me way too long.
Okay.
It took me way too long. I'm starting up.
So just
I woke up early as well.
Making sure he doesn't pulverize himself.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Man, and that's quite an investment for something like that.
I mean, you gotta do it. It's like, it's actually, I'm kind of embarrassed. It's a basic thing that you should do, I feel like, in this kind of a game.
Sometimes we just see teams just allow it though, right? Macro Pyre bottom, by the way, just to push in this creep wave. Try and get this double catapult wave, the 35-minute catapult wave to put some damage on, but not a lot done to that tier 3.
As we Hex on SF queued up, and he's not far away from 3,000 gold. We'll have it.
Would help there.
It would for sure, but whoever he goes on, like usually this is the stage of the game in which SF feels absolutely activated. Refresher, of course, is the next one. He's got the magnifying monocle unleashed, by the way, tier 4.
Echoes? That is insane. The Requiem flies back. He is already dead. They need to bail from this fight. He's got no buyback. Jakiro gonna Ghost Scepter himself. He's surviving. That was, I mean, risky play to move in like that. And again, now it's gonna be close to Roche time when he's respawning. Had they gotten Emo to use his BKB, I almost want to say that probably feels a little bit better because Roche is potentially doable, but it still is just a way harder fight now.
Oh, absolutely. And they've been playing like this. They've been playing in a very... They haven't been playing risk-free, let's put it that way. Like Terrorblade, Ember, they've been making some moves where they're very far up front. Up to this point, I think that was maybe viable, but once the Hex is on, it might end the game. Like if they play like that, the game might be just over.
Gotta be careful. Tier 3 top. Fly, Lotus on him. Blink, there's the Lincoln's blocking. They've got the pulverized. Hand of God comes in. They go to the onslaught. Can they get the shackle? Can they get any control? Ooh, the rock toss. The Requiem flies in, doesn't do the damage, but they get the tier 3. They go to the dust. Now, Emo on the run with the rest of his team. No follow-up from the side of the Dire. They didn't have Ember in that fight, and that could have been the extra steps they needed to get that kill onto Fly.
You smoke up if you're Dire, though, right? Like, no Requiem?
No SF. He's out of... he TP'd to buy.
I think you for sure go for a fight here. They just have to smoke and go a bit faster, yep.
They've got the Hex. Need to be careful.
Terrorblade not with them as well.
So you try to get an axe. I feel like Terror Wave would be kind of nice. Rock Toss lands. Smoke is used. They're up on the high ground. Nobody in on Roche, and Rocket Flare flies in. Seeing that nothing is being done on this Roshan.
Yeah, you can't be sneaky here. There is smoke up in return. Requiem is up in a couple of seconds, so they have the big ult. And like you mentioned, the Hex is up.
Just trying to be in a good spot. Planet. He power shots north. See where they want this entry point to be. It might be new. He's got this Lincoln, so he might not be the worst target for them to have out front.
He broke it.
And there's
He
that
saw
smoke. That's going to be broken. Who can they get? Ice Path. It lands onto the Weaver. They need the control, though. They go to the onslaught. They've got the Pulverize. He's in trouble. He's all alone. The hook shot blocked by an illusion. Fly gets the BKB off, and the damage coming in from Shiro. The Hurricane Pike. They go to the Gale Force. The Force Stiff to get him back. The time lapse. Shiro, he needs a target to Thunder. They Rolling Thundered. Emo, the entire time, so patient with his BKB.
And the Weaver, right? Like, so damn tanky. Like, you cannot kill him. They caught him out of position. The Ice Pad, the Polarize, everything. But he's still just not dying. Divine Favor, the ult as well. You'd think that the Weaver should fall in that kind of a situation, but nope. Just happen. Stack up those raises.
It's very tough. Roche heading towards bottom, but no BKBs available for Dire. Means they might just have to give this up.
No meta as well, right? Like, no meta, no BKBs.
Do you smoke and try? Probably not.
I think it's suicidal. I don't think that they can.
Cheese, Fresher Shard, and now it's so tough for Dire to hold on. But one successful hold, and the game is back even, it feels. Problem is getting that far.
The shard, that's the one. That's the trick now as well on SF. Double Hex. Double ult, double BKB without even having to buy an orb. This is like his next biggest power spike on SF. It's usually what you buy anyway. The fight will be incredibly difficult.
Macro now gone. Looking for an Ags and Jakiro. That's not happening for a while. Onslaught, Lincoln's popped. Rock tossed, outlands, Ice Path follows it up. Shackle doesn't connect. And they use that time lapse. Not the longest cooldown. Thinking about the Rolling Thunder. Echo right in on the Fly. Rolling Thunder comes in. BKB pulverized. Now they go hand of God. Damage on the Echoes is a lot, but Zeal's in trouble. They get the kill to the Penguin. They're going to look over his Fly trying to do the damage onto these heroes. Shiro, he's got BKB, but he doesn't have Metamorphosis anymore as he's in the middle of it for a little while longer.
They need to find a way of getting rid of Primal Beast somehow first. I think maybe Clock needs to do some sacrificial play because he's preventing the SF from jumping in as well. Like, all of these fights, SF, like, you've been questioning why he's so silent, let's put it that way, because he's been having a really good game. He just can't jump in. Polarize is a big issue for him. His Blink Dagger is either broken, or if it's not, if he jumps in, he just gets stunned and it doesn't really work.
Planet, with the next item, is looking to manufacture himself into being a core. Daedalus is the item of choice for this Wind Ranger. Has 2,600 gold. If they can get to this, and all of a sudden they start getting damage from their 4, that could be massive. Primal going for a Refresher. Ember going for that Ags. And I believe Ayaskadi for now finished on the TB. Jumping in, look for the Requiem, but the Force Staff back means this Requiem's not that great. They've got the root. It's on to Fly. Rock Toss connect. Shackle doesn't. Planet standing his ground. Ice Path is there. Onslaught, pulverized, hook shot, a little bit late. They get the Aegis. So now they're going to look over as TME is going to be taking the damage. He's got the Spirit Vessel on him. They're going for Fly. They go to another Requiem. But again, it's really not that great. It did get Echoes, but he might be able to Sleight of Fist and Requiem out of this one. They get the Ice Path as well as the Sleight of Fist steering chains. The damage coming in. They're in trouble on the side of Yakult. They get the kill to Emo TMing. Fly trying to stand his ground going up against Shiro. Shiro still has this Thunder, though. If he gets in too much trouble, he's just going to Thunder, and he will. So now, time lapse used. Ice Path there. Neo's gone. And now they'll look over as Echoes is the next target, but the Shackle connects on onto Zeal. He is taking so much damage from Shiro as another Thunder. He's level 25. Fly's dead, and Yakult are falling by the wayside. This family tree is getting timber cut down. Zeal's gone, and now it's going to be a full team wipe for the side of Tidebound, and they have brought this game back from the brink.
Dude, what an insane defense. Like, securing the high ground for this, guys. It cannot be this easy. Like, it's absolutely insane how they're managing to just juke the Requiems. Like, Emo's double ult truly doesn't feel that impactful at all. Like, the first one is, like, whatever, the Force Staff jukes it, like the Force Staff on the Jakiro. The second ult as well, sure, it connects on Echoes, but they cannot kill, they cannot convert into a kill. Like, even with the Hex and everything. And they just don't have the firepower to take down a single hero. Like, look at this. He goes in here on Echoes, the Hex is there, but the Requiem just doesn't connect properly. It's a BKB target, and Echoes that has Flame Guard and is moving away anyway. I would say that this is like the biggest difference in the game right now.
The positioning, I mean, the way that they moved about, it was so well done there by Tidebound. Echo's honestly putting himself in a good position where, you know, you're not going to keep vision on him. He puts himself over in these trees, right? And
he had the bug, right? No?
Well, I mean, throughout the fight, he didn't always have the bug. He's constantly sitting in that position.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. He was dodging well. I feel like these fights could be a bit more decisive in a way in which you jump in and you double Hex, double Requiem on the spot with Cogs while the Cogs are active. Unfortunately as well, the Cogs got used on the BKB targets, so I gotta make sure that the clock can go in and out. And look at that, 52%. Now no gold lead for Radiant. 1k advantage only. They are 2 sides up. Like 2 melee racks up at least.
Yeah, and it is going to naturally push in. But that being said, you know, Terrorblade, he got the benefit of hitting that level 25 and getting that minus 30 seconds on the Sunder cooldown, which ended up saving his life.
Yep, Weaver just got the +1 gen attack with Daedalus, like, and with the shard, sometimes you kill off supports just out of one Sukuchi. If
Daedalus
the crits...
For... No, he went to the BKB and he's going Abyssal.
Just an extra stun. Not something that is very often, but it's fine. He was saving for the buyback anyway. Up to this point, now he gets the BKB, makes sure that he doesn't die in the next fight that easily.
All of a sudden, Roche is a minute and a half away. There is a smoke here as the buyback situation is kind of dire for Dire. A lot of people have it, but Weaver doesn't. That's the big thing. You kill Weaver, he does not have buyback. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, Shackle, but Lincoln's now BKB. Pulverize, hookshot misses. Oh boy, Fly on the run. And he'll get out, but Echoes with this axe. He's looking for targets with these remnants, trying to get anything he can. They don't get their hands on the Weaver.
Honestly, maybe for the best, the hookshot missed. Like, if he connects, he probably dies and Weaver is out anyway, so...
Would have had to buy back. They've got 4 buybacks. This side of Tidebound has none. Send the Remnant in. They go to the Searing Chains. They're rolling Thunder. They'll look for this Requiem. That lands. Shiro's in trouble. Can he get a Thunder off? He's got to find something. But the 4-step back to the Thunder. The hook shot. Finally TMing from a distance. But it's not going to matter just yet. They can't get the kill on Shiro. They're going to look over the Jakiro. They've got themselves to the side of Emo. And the rest of Yakult going backwards. Remnant Searing Chains. That connects on a TMing. But he's got the Spirit Vessel on him. He's still not dead just yet. Half his health. Power Shot comes in. Not going to connect. And they will end up escaping. And this is just on the edge for everybody in this fight.
Of course, keep in mind that this time around, SF did not have that shard to work with, so couldn't refresh and go back in on the TB. He's going to buy an orb, of course, so it will be helpful in the next fight. Imagine if he did have it. He could double Hex. But you could also see that there was no follow-up, right? Like, the moment TB goes back, like Clock with the Cogs, he made a good play, but there was just no damage. It's just the Clock and Weaver that go through.
49-minute shrines. You trying to get to his level 25. TB, he's getting there, man. Level 26.
He's already there. I don't know where else he's getting. Like the BKB.
I mean, I'm just saying level 30. You know, you get all of a sudden you get the extra metamorphosis duration if you get there. That would be nice because there's a lot of these fights where they go on for so long that metamorphosis runs out and he just doesn't feel like he can do much of anything anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if the game goes super late, maybe even a refresher on him, right? Like it isn't super strange to see. Another shard, this time for the SF. He still didn't have it.
Surely that's the shard you mean, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Not the refresher.
yeah,
He has the refresher orb now.
He got the orb.
Got the magnifying monocle with the unleashed on it, which means he was holding on to that dormant curio for so long.
Yeah. He's had it for tier 4.
And they move in. Shiro's got an amplified damage. Onslaught Remnants coming forward. BKB, they go to the Lotus, but it's not going to matter. The damage coming in from Shiro's not going to be enough. They're trying to get it out. Fight. He's in a bad spot. He's got to be careful. He's trying to stand his ground against Echoes. They go to the time lapse. Now the Rolling Thunder comes through.
Terrorblade.
They hit the Hex. Oh, they look for Terrorblade. There's the Force Staff and the damage. No, he's still alive for the moment, but the hook shot, another Force Staff. He'll turn
Thunder.
around, goes to the Thunder. The Lotus Orb's not going to matter. They get the kill to TMing. He just fought back. Echoes, though.
Echoes.
The shot from Fly. Sleight of Fish. Shiro gets the kill on an Emo. He's got no buyback. Ice Path on a 3. Pulverizes there. Down goes Zeal. Oh no, it's all crumbling for Yakult. They have curdled here as they lose everybody again.
The
This
Thunder.
might just be it. They don't have
It's
Weaver
over.
or SF.
This is over. They're going for the throne. Pango can buy back, but Pango with the Chen does not definitely defend this base. GG's call.
GG Tidebound with the comeback against Yakult to take the 2-0.
I honestly saw this going game number 3. The way the lanes went, the way the early fights went, the way that they were just taking control of the full map, they have to be happy about this one because this was not theirs to take. Team Tidebound, wonderful defense of the high ground. Basically, all you gotta do in some games is to chill on the high ground, wait for the enemy to make mistakes, and they certainly did make a couple on Yakult's bros. Unfortunately, even in this last fight, they get on top of the TB with the hook shot, trying to convert into a kill, but instead just giving him a Thunder target, right? So he Thunders the clock and gets back in. Just I wouldn't call this game clean by any stretch of the imagination, but it was won here. Like, this is the fight we're Tidebound, and I'm happy that we start right here with the highlights, because in this fight they managed to claw themselves back in. Like, the hookshot is good here, like the cogs as well, catching 2 heroes, but both of them having BKBs, I believe, or at least Yu has it, so he is able to mitigate all of the damage from the SF. Echoes as well. So damn slippery. Like, he just surviving every fight. I mean, it's an Ember, of course, but they had the Hex. They had the Shard in this fight as well in SF, and it still wasn't enough.
This is just a great comeback from Tidebound, and you see, or well, you did see when they were showing the teams, just the jubilation from Tidebound, the devastation in the faces of Yakult, the juxtaposition of the emotions that we saw, and honestly, it's just from Tidebound, with the way that this game went, showing that you've got the ability to dig deep, bite down, and get this win shows a lot of heart, shows a lot of grit and determination to bring this one back. I mean, Shiro, in this last fight, getting force-staffed 1,000 times to make sure that he survives. That's 1. That's going to be 2 in a second as he gets pushed back even further after the hook shot, and then just gets this range, has that Sunder, BKB, amplified damage, turns it around. And Echo here, Echoes doesn't even die in this split second. He is able to survive. The ice path is beautiful, and just Tidebound, man, to bring it back is so amazing from them. I cannot believe they were able to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, this last fight